So this is a house that my clients just closed on near Bel Air in Pinellas County, Florida. And this is one that was a little unusual because it seemed like everything was going perfectly. Got a great deal on the property, negotiated off quite a bit, got through inspections, got some more money off, everything's moving smoothly. And then there was a hurricane, and then there was a little bit of damage, and then we had to handle that. And then there was another hurricane, and there was some more damage, and we had to handle that. And what was started out as a pretty simple transaction got a little wild. Nothing major. Damage is just like screen enclosure and fencing and trees uprooted, stuff like that. But it wasn't fun for a sec, and it was a little bit unusual. So generally speaking, throughout the process of a transaction, you're gonna negotiate twice. First, you're gonna get under contract, and that's gonna take some negotiating and both sides going back and forth and boxing a little bit. And then everyone's in agreement, good. Then you do an inspection and you find out things that nobody saw coming. Maybe the roof isn't as good a shape as you thought, whatever. And you look through it and you come to an agreement on that. Generally speaking, that's the end. Most of the time, you should not be negotiating on a deal more than twice. If you're negotiating multiple times, you're being an a-hole a lot of the times, because most of the time there's no reason. You've come to an agreement, everyone's on the same page. If you're doing anything after that, you're normally being sketchy. Anyway, but we had a hurricane, and then we had to renegotiate again. Then we had another hurricane. So we had the situation where at about halfway through, before the hurricanes came, we thought we were doing fantastic. Everything was super simple. By the time we actually closed, the seller was completely fed up with us because in their mind, we kept on asking things, but there kept on being hurricanes. And so then there's more damage, and then we had to handle more stuff. It takes a lot of perseverance to buy a house. That is something that is overlooked. A good realtor will keep a lot of this off your plate, and half the time you don't even know all the things that have happened. Actually, on this one, there was a last-minute negotiation that the seller wanted something that I was able to handle without it ever getting to my buyer. Just said no, and it was done. But if you're going to buy a house, you need to be prepared. Sometimes they're super simple and it doesn't take a lot of effort. Sometimes 2 hurricanes hit in the middle of the same contract period. So be prepared. If you want to buy a house, you better love it, because if you don't, you're probably not gonna persevere. So go find the house you love.